What's going on, boys? Today we're talking about something that I mentioned commonly throughout my workout videos, and it is steroid advice versus natural advice. And this is something that I'm going to continue to talk about, that's constantly going to be brought up because it's something that's so nuanced that it's not one video. There's no one 10-minute video, an hour-long video. I mean, this is an ongoing discussion because it is like these people are like finger clones from like Spy Kids, or I don't know if you guys know what that is, or um, what is it? Like they are like broodlings of a mother spider. That like broodlings are like the little baby spiders that crawl out the mother spider. These steroid abusers are literally broodlings, and they are spawnlings and just like spawning out of nowhere. So this is something that constantly has to be brought up, constantly has to be talked about as we see more fitness slop. We're here to mop up the fitness slop, and that's what today's video is about. So the first point I want to make, is workout splits and recovery advice is practically useless. And I mean, this goes without saying, this is pretty obvious. Certain compounds, if not all of the compounds, help with recovery and aid in recovery. So it's going to allow the steroid abuser and the natural to have two different recovery times, and therefore their splits are going to be different, because if you're recovering faster, then your split is going to be dependent on how quickly you recover. So I mean, that kind of goes without saying, but the waters have been muddied. Real quick, I want to define something before I get too deep into this. There is steroid abusers, needle cheek mutants that are they go to these websites that say pick your medicine and then consult a doctor. That is literally just like you're just buying drugs. You're not going through the proper channels. And then you have actual users who need the compounds, who have chronically low testosterone through either through traumatic brain injury, and the brain isn't sending signals to the testes, or the testes just aren't producing just due to old age, or there's like a multitude of reasons. But a endocrinologist is where you get synthetic testosterone, which is what is used to help the person get back to normal levels. There are other drugs too, because aromatizing is a thing. So there's some people who make enough testosterone, their body produces perfect, everything's fine there, but then the testosterone gets converted to estrogen, and it becomes a huge problem. So what they actually need is what's called an aromatase inhibitor. But either way, these compounds fall in the category is, do you need it? Do you need it? Or are you just using it for a strategic advantage for bodybuilding or to look good, or whatever your excuse is? You don't actually need it. You have normal ranges, or you're prescribed by an endocrinologist, an actual medical doctor. That is the difference between a steroid abuser and a steroid user, or somebody who just takes compounds that need them. Now that that's out of the way, diet advice can absolutely wreck your progress. Exodia obliterate your progress, because of the fact that they could be on shredding compounds. They could be on, and here's my advice. Here's my advice too. I wanted to give a little nugget to you guys, and that is, if you are a natural, I highly recommend. And if you're somebody who's tempted, you're like thinking about it, you're like, oh, I don't know, I highly recommend that you learn about the compounds, you learn about the drugs and what they do and their side effects, especially because I swear I have never met somebody who has haphazardly hopped on steroids that knew a lot about them. You literally have to be a retard or an idiot or somebody that just doesn't know anything about them in order to start using them. The more you learn about them before you do them, the less likely you are to do them. So I highly recommend anybody watching this channel. I am all natural. I am anti-steroid, anti-peptide. I mean, it's in my banner, it's in my profile. I hate this, that it's part of the fitness community. I hate bodybuilding as a sport that is not natural. I promote natural bodybuilders and natural bodybuilding. I literally hate the steroid abusing bodybuilding with a passion. It's a death cult. It's a death cycle. These people long for the grave. They go at like 30 to 40 years old. I absolutely fucking hate it. It is not a part of health whatsoever, and it just drives me nuts, if I'm being completely honest. Now, do I put down Sam Sulek and all these other people? Do I personally attack him? No, I don't. No, I love Sam. I think he's a great guy. A lot of these people are good people. They just have severe mental illness. They're severely depressed. They're severely body dysmorphia. Whatever it is. I'm not gonna diagnose them or whatever, but I'm just saying that I don't think normal people take it that far. So, with that said, I highly recommend that you learn about the drugs because of what I just said. It's like a prevention method the more you learn. But anyways, when it comes to shredding compounds like mast, trenbolone, test, HGH, so these things help people cut down and stay shredded. Like HGH without the insulin and without Halo or Sus or any of that stuff. Literally, like shredding compounds are like trenbolone, masteron, test, and then HGH. These compounds, people who are on these, they'll tell you, yeah, you can eat like 7,000 calories and stay shredded. They can, you can't. If you eat 7,000 calories, you're going to get fat as fuck real quick. And I mean, like, dude, it doesn't take much for the drug to really do its job. I want to make a video. I want to make like a fucking 1-minute video. I'm going to do this, as a matter of fact. Sorry, I bumped the table. This shit just, it's going to make, I'm like balding here. It's literally going to make the rest of my fucking hair fall out talking about this shit. It really irks me and pisses me off that much. But it's like, I want to make a 1-minute video of where it goes, where one of these fucking steroid mutants, needle cheek mutants, say, it only helps a little bit. And then I just sit there and repeat it. It's like a little bit. They're before and they're after. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And it's just clips of their before and after. Not one person, but everybody. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. And it's going to get fucking stupid. It's going to be so stupid because it's not a little bit. It is literally their entire physique. It's literally their entire transformation. They look natural. They look great by all normal standards. They look killer. Like if they were on a beach, people would be like, wow, they'd be blown away. And then afterwards, they look like a video game character and totally different. And their face changes. I mean, look at Zac Efron. He had surgery too. I guess he's not really like a fair assessment. But I mean, a multitude of people, they're just like, steroids help a little bit. And it's like a fucking different person, dude. It is like not even the same person. It's not a little bit. And I do want to do something real quick. I've said this before. Oh, I don't want to take anybody's hard work away. I do want to take somebody's hard work away. I want to take these steroid abusers' hard work away by letting them know that their drugs are doing half of the work, or maybe even more. Because as soon as they hop off of it, what happens? What happens, everybody? What happens? Oh, you said it all melts away? Yeah, you're correct. It does melt away. It's ridiculous. They hop off the drugs and the muscles just fall off, but they only help a little bit. Get the fuck out of here. So dieting advice from these people is incredibly dangerous. Dangerous as in like it will just fuck up your progress completely. Anybody who says you can eat like 5,000, they eat 4,000, 5,000 calories. If they actually do, you can just take it to the bank. They're on one or a multitude of these compounds. And let me fill you on a little secret. Guess what, guys? these people are on a metric fuck ton of drugs. You know what? You know what really just like tickles me pink when I see like videos of people like Lee Priest and other people from like the 80s. They're like, yeah, I just did like 100 mgs a test. That's it. It's like, you fucking liar. You know goddamn well you didn't do just 100 mgs a test. You were literally taking the entire kitchen sink. But we're just gonna sit here and pretend that you barely took anything. Or they're like, yeah, I was natural then. And they're like, their physique is Dragon Ball Z, a Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. But I digress. That's my opinion. I've only observed people who actually have natural lifted for years. Either all the natural lifters of the modern day, they all got it wrong. And you know, Lee Priest and all these other people that were natural, when they were natural, you know, whatever, they just had the sauce. They just had, no pun intended, they had the secret sauce. They had the secret water from fucking Space Jam. Anyways, moving on. My third point, what I hate about this fitness slop and this modern day fitness culture. And I'm sorry that if I'm coming off really mean, I'm super passionate about this. I'm super passionate about natural bodybuilding and health and longevity and like running alongside your grandchildren. That is like my ultimate goal. One day, if I have kids and my kids have kids, I want to be able to run and play with my grandchildren. I want to die like Chuck Norris doing badass shit in my 80s and just like, and you know, just dying in my sleep or just like my heart giving out. You know, I just fall over. I just have a little heart chest pain for 45 seconds, and then I'm up in heaven with the Lord. You know, that's like my dream, to like just live a long life and run alongside my grandchildren. But you know, I know I guess that's not everybody's dream or whatever. But like, I think that is what should be promoted: longevity and health. So it really pisses me off to see the fitness industry, the fitness and health and wellness industry being hijacked by steroid abusers. My final thoughts are, you should imitate whoever you fall in the category of. Mouth's getting a little dry, sorry. So, if you're a steroid abusing needle cheek mutant, you are a literal X-Men. Your DNA has been altered. You have a massive amount of satellite cell proliferation and banking of myonuclei. You are, by all definitions, by all means, a mutant. Then by all means, follow mutant advice. Follow steroid abusing Mike Minter, Lee Priest, all these fucking people. Follow their advice. Not saying you can't learn anything, because guess what? Everybody's right and everybody's wrong. Everybody's got a little bit of right, and everybody's got a little bit of, not everybody's got a little bit of wrong. Some people are just all right. They know what the fuck they're talking about. I'm not going to take away from those people. But some majority of the fitness community has a little bit of everything right. So if you are a mutant, follow mutants. If you're natural, follow people who are natural. The people that have gone before you, that are tried and true, that have done the shit. The people who have receipts, not people who are fat and fucking overweight trying to tell you how to get in shape and how to diet and how to cut and how to abstain and all that other shit. No, you follow people who have done it, or you follow the mutants. And, you know, again, just to reiterate, just to recap real quick, a steroid abuser is someone who doesn't need the drugs. A steroid user, or somebody who is prescribed testosterone to bring them into healthy levels, that is somebody who is more representative of a natural than they are a mutant, than they are a steroid abuser. And here's how you know if it's tried and true. Let me give you some other little nuggets here. I'm not an endocrinologist. I just know the shit because there was a time where I was like, maybe I should do this, because I didn't know what my body was capable of. I didn't know what I was capable of naturally, and I tested myself, and I'm like, you know, and I learned about the drugs and I learned about the sides, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really that's not for me. And then I'm in my 30s. It's like, I'm not I don't have all this time to learn and recover and like to fuck around. Like I can have some devastating consequences, like for my liver and kidneys and all that. I'm not trying to live that hospital life, if I'm being honest. And that's what you're signing up for if you're doing stuff that is like lifelong, like Deca, Nocanoate, like you're using Nandrolone, like or Trenbolone, or these other drugs that literally shut you off at 30 years old. You're going to be like perma hospitalized. You're going to be in and out of the hospital, in and out of the doctor, in and out. I'm not saying you should never get your blood work done if you're a natural. Of course, go to the doctor, see how healthy you are and whatnot. But you're not going to be constantly there like you would if you were a steroid abuser. But so here's some nuggets. Here's a nugget. If your endocrinologist tests you after noon, he's a fucking retard. If he doesn't test you, so there's a few things that there's a few things he should tell you, like, hey, make sure you get a good night's sleep. Make sure you're eating adequate amount of fat. You're not on like an ultra low fat diet. Make sure you're not eating 10 grams of fat, 15 grams of fat a day. Make sure that you're getting 8 hours of sleep. Try to get 9, try to get 10 before the day of the test. And then if he's testing you at 8 to 10 a.m., this is somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, because your testosterone peaks in the morning and falls off later in the day. And actually, every third day, you have a spike, because that's how your testes naturally produce testosterone. They have like an elevation on every third day. So they produce between a range every day, but it's like on the third day, there's a bigger spike. This is what I've been told. This is what I've read, researched, whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I'm the expert. Again, these are just nuggets for you. An endocrinologist is a doctor. This is somebody who should be at a hospital, not at a testosterone clinic. That is somebody who's peddling steroids. I want to say something so bad, but I can't, because if this video pops off, if somebody records this and then I could be sued. I want to say something so bad, but I really can't. There is a company that literally that has RX in their name. I'll just say that. I don't know which company I'm talking about. I don't know which company it is. But there's a company that you go to their fucking website and it says, here's the steps. Choose your medicine. Then choose your doctor. Then consult. And then, dude, that is peddling. That's drug peddling. They are propping up the steroid mutant market. It's my opinion. With that said, all that to say this: if you are a natural, here's some good people that I would listen to, that I've listened to, that I think are great people. So, number one, 100%, the best. God, sorry, I just had a sip of soda. The best fitness influencer, bar none, is Scott Herman Fitness. Scott Herman from Scott Herman Fitness. He's the best natural bodybuilder, the best natural influencer. He's been in the game for 15 years, 20 years. He's from Boston. He's a Boston kid. He's excellent. He's my favorite streamer, my favorite YouTuber of all time. He's literally the best. Next, I like Jeff Nippard. I really do. I know he's had a lot of controversy and whatever, and whatever. I don't know. He hangs around a lot of steroid users. That's why I'm reluctant. I'm just birds of a feather flock together. I don't like middle ground shit. You will never see me hanging around with a bunch of steroid users. And if you do, I will actively be talking shit to them. I'll be giving them shit about it. And you'll hear my stance and how against it I am, and like and I'll be like in the videos like trying to talk them off of it. So like I'm going to be the corrupting influence that brings them to the dark side of natural bodybuilding. Like that's how I view it, you know, because it's weird. Like naturals, we're the bad guys. Natural bodybuilders are the rebels. It's so fucked up, backwards, weird. But that is the fitness influencing space, the fitness space for whatever reason. Who's a few other people? I like Jace Kennedy. If you don't know, if you know who this guy is, Jace Kennedy. He's another really good one. Really good influencer. And then anybody else I really can't. And he's natural. His slogan is stay natural, stay focused. Mine's stay natty with Patty. Scott doesn't have a slogan because he's way above that and he's fucking balling and he's like better than all of us. We're all just like mini content creators compared to him. But and then there's a few people that you can take some advice from and take a little bit of nuggets from, like Greg Doucette, especially his old content. 4 years ago, Greg Doucette is like prime. It is so good. Any video that you see right now, it's 2026. Right now, it's today's date is 6/22/2026. Anything 4 years ago from like 2022, 2021, Greg Doucette, that is prime Greg Doucette. I mean, that is Greg in his prime on YouTube. Everything he says is just like absolutely like incredible for a natural lifter, bodybuilder. He's somebody that helped me in the beginning, but I got put on to Scott Herman, and yeah, I don't really need any other. I don't really need to watch any other YouTuber and content creator. Let me go over here. Let me go real quick on my subscriptions. I want to see who I'm subscribed to. Harley Twins. Scott Herman, Harley Twins. Please subscribe to these two people. If you see this video and you like my content and you like who I am and whatnot, please, Harley Twins. I'm gonna give you three people, my top three right here. Scott Herman Fitness, Harley Twins in number 2, and this is in order, and Brandon Clark. Those three. So again, Scott Herman from Scott Herman Fitness, Harley Twins, and then Brandon Clark. My fourth content creator, just like an honorable mention, is Jace Kennedy. He's a fitness influencer, encourager, all natural, anti-steroid, anti-peptide. He fucking hates the shit just like I do. And he is like an absolute demon, just like I am when it comes to that stuff. The other guys that I mentioned, Brandon Clark and Harley Twins, they're not like anti. They don't like have such a strong stance, but they do promote natural bodybuilding and lifting. So let me see if I got anybody else on here. Jeff Nippard, Nutrition Narc, These are good guys. Paul Revelia, another really good one. He's a good honorable mention. Let's see. Jason Bjarnson, And then you got your steroid abusers that you can take from, like Chris Bumstead, Sam Sulik, and then Greg Doucette. You know, you got the mutants you can follow for a little bit of advice, but really I just stick to, like I said, stick to the naturals if you're natural. And yeah, I think I nailed in my top favorite. Probably should have gave that its own video, but I don't give a shit. I would rather influence you guys and bring you guys. I'll just repeat this shit over and over again, and a lot of my videos, you know, bring these guys' channels up and promote them. That is one thing that I'm about, is promoting anybody that's natural bodybuilding, natural lifting. If you are a natural bodybuilder and you want your page promoted, just leave a comment in my YouTube channel. I'll go subscribe to your channel, and if I like your content, I'll start mentioning your name as well. So, because that's just what I'm about. I love it. I want to eradicate the steroid abusing side of the fitness and health industry. So the more people I can promote that are natural, it's sad I had like a list of 5, but you know, the more people I can add to that list, the better. And if you're one of those people, please leave a comment, or I mean, you don't have to like my video, but leave a comment so I know who you are. I'll go check out your content, and then I'll start mentioning your name just because, like I said, that's what I'm about. And so, yeah, that's it. I just wanted to give a little bit of just, clarity on these two things, that on these two sides of the coin of the fitness industry and health and wellness space, ironically. And yeah, I just want to give my 2 cents on it and give you guys the advice that I have, which is find out which side you're on and then start taking advice from that side. Is basically the moral of the video. So with that said, I said everything I need to say, and yeah, until next time, boys, peace.